To new analysis. The Ulez extension protest is taking place today in Orpington War Memorial. There's a lot of people very angry about this, and rightly so, in my opinion. So Lisa Hartle joins us now from Orpington. Good afternoon, Lisa. I believe it's quite noisy where you are, but tell us, how many people have gathered and what are they protesting about?
So it's really hard to give a number because it's kind of stretched around the roundabout behind us. There's lots of tractors, lots of cars beeping as they're going by, lots of people with placards, etc. But indeed, very noisy, which is why we're stood back a little bit. But I'm joined by the MP for Orpington, Gareth Bacon, who joins me now. Gareth, tell us why you're here today, why you feel so strongly about this.
Well, Mayor Khan is decided to do something that's going to really hurt the people that live here. He's claiming that this is necessary in order to get rid of bad air, but we don't have bad air here. And he knows that, and he's going to be charging people £12.50 a day if they drive non-compliant vehicles. The kind of people he's going to be hitting are social care workers, ordinary everyday people that they need their cars. We don't have public transport options here, or certainly not the number that we have in central London. And he's hurting them for no benefit at all because he knows that this is not going to improve air quality.
So this is all due to start on the 31st of August, isn't it? So £12.50 a day. Yeah. Tell us a bit, there's a lot of tractors here. Tell us a bit about how it's impacting on people in the farming community.
Well, it's going to be devastating because to replace some of the kit that you see behind you is going to be in the region of several £100,000. And this is the point. This is not central London. This is a very rural space. We have, if you looked at an overhead map of Orpington, you would see green fields because 2/3 of it is green. We actually have operating farms here. This is going to smash these people up. It's going to smash up our businesses. It's going to smash up our care workers, our police officers and our firefighters. It's not a win for anybody.
So I'm just going to just read you some data that's been collected by Imperial College London. So the data reveals that as many as 204 deaths are attributable to toxic air in Bromley, 162 in Bexley and 129 in Greenwich each year.
Yeah, see, that's not true. That's a model that was done some time ago, which said that 4,000 people roughly in London, air pollution contributed to their death, not caused their death. And Sadiq Khan has respun that and said it's causing it. And the 204 people you mentioned in Bromley, these aren't real people. They've simply applied it and broken it down and said, well, on a ratio, this is how many people. Took no account of people's age. Bromley has some of the oldest population in the whole of Greater London. So they've said, well, if that many people die, then 204 of them will be air pollution. But even if it were true, even if it were causing their death, doing this is not going to make any difference, and the mayor knows that because he had to have an independent company called Jacobs produce a report that looked at what impact this would have, and it came back and said it would be minor to negligible. This is not about air quality, it's about raising money.
And tell me about some of the, you were telling me you're contacted, very loud motorcycle clips going up and down. Tell me about some of the your constituents that have been contacting you, what they've been saying.
I've had thousands of people contacting me. So I've had a lot of pensioners who are saying they're going to be housebound now, they can't get out and about, they can't afford to replace their vehicles. I've had charities contact me saying they're going to have to shut their doors. I've had people that work for our emergency services who live outside Greater London who can't come across the boundary. People can't visit family and friends. Local businesses are going to be ruined by this. It really is affecting everybody. These are just ordinary, everyday people, and they are certainly not, which is what the Mayor of London has tried to claim, these people are not far right. They're just seeing their lives being ruined for no reason at all, and they're angry, and that's why they're here today.
Do you think this is a valid thing that should take place in any part of London where pollution levels are higher?
Well, I was supportive of it going into central London in the congestion charging zone, and I think that was the right thing to do. I think it was much more of a stretch to take it out to the north and south circular, but there is no case whatsoever to bring it out here. We don't have high levels of air pollution. Imperial College, the same Imperial College that did the report that you're referring to, showed that the London Borough of Bromley has the second cleanest air in Greater London, marginally behind the London Borough of Havering, because that has slightly more green space. This isn't about air pollution, it's about money.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you. Just to read you, before all the noise gets past us, the spokesperson for the Mayor of London said, the Mayor has been clear that the decision to expand the ultra-low emission zone London-wide was not an easy one, but he has had a duty to tackle toxic air pollution. 9 out of 10 vehicles in outer London are already Ulez compliant. The Ulez is a very targeted scheme which is about getting off the road the most highly polluting vehicles which are damaging everyone's health, including the drivers.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. That was Gareth Bacon, MP of Orpington. Orpington is sort of southeast of London. So I'm in Paddington to here. It's about an hour and a half drive if you were going to drive from Central, where we are largely here at GBNews. Still, it's not the centre of London if you're looking at that. I think he's got a point. I don't think we need this even in the centre of London. It's an absolute money-making scheme, and it's just restricting people's freedoms. Sadiq Khan has absolutely no problem doing that, and it drives me mad.